Video camera, layout tour. What do they have in common? We're going to talk about it right here on Model Railroad Talk. So stick around because we're going to get this video on the tracks. Howdy, Model Railroad Talk fans. Yet another video. This one's only going to be, it's not going to be very long. But we did have a listener comment on our, well, it's been a video we did quite a while ago where it was a layout tour, riding, you know, basically from the very lower yard to the very top yard, right? And actually, I don't even think it went to this yard yet. But that viewer, subscriber, put up a very interesting comment. And that is, he sees all these layout tour, ride-on tour videos, but they never see what cameras they use. So that's what this video is about. So I'm going to start with the video camera that I'm going to try, but I've got, and I've done this in the past on my old railroad, but I had a lot more space. There's a little more confined space on this layout. So I've tried it a couple times, and a couple times it's worked, but then I wasn't able to get all the footage I wanted. So let's start with that. All right. So the first camera, this is a video camera that I purchased here a year and a half ago. I believe I got it through Amazon. I don't have it pulled up or anything like that, but it's just basically an inexpensive, what we call palm camera. While if you have a more expansive railroad to where, unlike mine, you can see I got the 2 layers, but I also don't have a lot of depth. A lot of my track work is tighter because, or I should say at minimum tolerances. I would have to make sure my mainline track is cleared on both sides. But on my old railroad, I've done this before, and I just found a flat car that these would work on, and I would just set it on the flat car. Basically, this one, like most of them, you can turn the screen on. Or turn the screen around, and I would turn it around and get it started, hit record, and then start the train. While for HO scale, this may still be slightly big. You might be able to use it for HO scale. If you're, even S scale might be a little bit, but O scale and bigger, you could go this route. O scale, G scale, actually, this would probably be a very good route. You just figure out a way to, mount it on the bottom. So if you went around the curve, the car doesn't slide off, or I'm sorry, not the car, but the camera doesn't slide off. But I've done this. I've used this before on this, trying to get set up and figured out. And this I actually purchased before I purchased the next camera, the one that I used. So most of the time. So let's move on to that. Now, the next camera I use, and I'm going to show you, this is actually wish.com. This, so you can see the description, and you can see right there for $16.82. And I know a lot of times on wish.com, they have where if you spend over, I think it's $10, you get $2.99 shipping. So $3. So for under $20, the camera is a good camera. And this is the actual camera. There is no brand name on it. But there is, that's basically so you can download the app to your phone. But as you can see, it's got a charging port. Yes, this does have its own built-in battery, the on-off button, micro SD card up to a 32 gig. And then you've got a couple buttons here for video recording and photo recording. But what I really like is everything's here, and you've got this band here, and there's your camera. The camera you can flip horizontally, or, you know, depending on how you use it. So what I'll do a lot of times is I'll take a gondola, and this is HO scale, right? Set it in there. And actually I use these dots. Now, mind you, I bought these a long time ago, but so the price tag's way old. But dots, these clear adhesive dots, I'll stick it to the front of my gondola, and then I'll just simply stick this to it. These dots are nice because especially if it's not like stuck on there for a long time. So if you're, you know, I wouldn't put it on there and get it all set up, week before you're going to use it, the day of. And even if you don't feel like taking it off that, say that night, the next morning, you should be fine. But that's basically what I do. As you can see in this HO scale gondola, it fits in nicely. And it just sticks right to the front, which I don't have a dot on there now. But then depending on which orientation is in through the phone app, you can adjust which direction it is. If you go back to my 2 videos before, they're back a little way. The quality isn't the best, and it does have its own built-in Wi-Fi. So those recordings were done basically. My phone was doing the recording via the Wi-Fi connection from it and the camera. And as you can see, it skipped around and everything like that. So as you can see, these are the 2 options that I've used in the past. None of my videos have used this one. Like I said, this one is a little too big to be running around my layout in the confined space. But this is the one that I've been using. I would recommend, unless you know for a fact that you are going to record switching movements or operating sessions, stuff like that, and you want that down low, I would recommend going inexpensive to start out. This one is a 720p, the one that I showed you from Wish. It's a 720p max. I think part of the issue, you're supposed to be able to record to the SD card, which I think would give a smoother recording. But I have a 64 gig card in here, and it says max of 32 gig. I'll have to look and see. I thought I had a 32 gig around the house somewhere. I haven't been able to find it. But if I do, otherwise I'll have to get one. But I believe recording straight to the SD card would give you a better video from this than what you've seen in those videos, at least as far as the jumpiness and stuff like that. But my theory is, I'm not sure if I wasn't sure if I wanted to go all out, and have an expensive mini camera for doing that kind of thing. So I chose to go the inexpensive route and, to start out, and rather than spend, I've seen these, I've seen these, you can get these from $20, $30 all the way up to over $100. So depending on what you're looking for, what your approach is, what you're wanting to do, there's a lot of options. The other thing that I use them for, I guess the other thing you can do with them is, I like to, when I'm laying down my track and stuff, I like to put it on the front of the car, like I showed you. Put it, and then put the car in the front of a locomotive and push it over some of the section I've done. While yes, looking down, sighting down a track, that we need to still do that when we're laying track, but you would be surprised at some of the imperfections and stuff you may see from, in a sense, the camera's point of view. That is why I also went inexpensive, because I didn't want to have an expensive camera while I was in the building process or the track laying process that I could mess up or scratch the lens or something like that. So going in an inexpensive route, I recommend, like I said, I think I bought that for, I think it was less expensive, and I bought that a little over a year ago, and I haven't used it an awful lot, but what I have used of it. It's been decent for the price. Like I said, I use the little dots to put it on the front. They're like temporary dots. I just have certain gondolas that I use it on, and it seems to work all right. I'm looking into a little bit more expensive camera, something that's at least 1080p, preferably 2K or 4K for video quality, and that will record to an SD card, hopefully one bigger than a 32 gig, because I got plenty of 64 gig cards, and apparently I can't find my 34 or 32 gig card around here. But you know, there's several different ways to go about it. I know if I end up going that route with a little more expensive, a little bit better video camera, mini camera, I will have an actual dedicated car that it'll be mounted in, and that way I don't have to worry about the little dots and stuff like that. So I just wanted to give you guys, I guess, show you what I was using, and that's it. So there you have it. Thank you for the suggestion on, I think it was the last video I did where I did a run from Egremont Yard all the way around to the upper level. At that time when I did that, I actually didn't have my Montana yard in. So I've been actually thinking about doing another run like that here soon. But like I keep saying, I got to get find the 32 gig or get a 32 gig card for that to get a better, higher quality video, so it's not jumping around like you've seen in those videos. But lastly, I want to say thank you to everybody that has subscribed. We're on our way over 500 subscribers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Next target 1,000. And for the last video we put out, I'm just amazed at all of you that have watched, commented, and viewed the video, all the views on it. It just amazes me. So it means a lot to me, and I really, really thank you. Reminder, we have our audio podcast. We're on all the major platforms: Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, stuff like that. But now we are starting to upload. We've connected our YouTube channel under the podcast tab, or we actually have a playlist for it too. It's going to be uploading the audio podcast to this. Now, I'm trying to figure out how to get previous episodes uploaded to YouTube. I don't know if I can, but I do know that from episode 84, 85 on, it should be uploading. So that gives you another option as well. But yeah, check us out. If you have any questions, modelrailroadtalk@gmail.com. Check us out on Facebook, our Model Railroad Talk page over there. Go over there and give us a like and follow over there. And if you like this video or any of our other videos, consider liking and subscribing. And on that note, until the next video, keep your train on the tracks.